Hi, it's Mary Angela. I'm the Purpose to Prosperity mentor, and this is my Mystic Insights to support you to navigate the path ahead for the month of October 2020. This month is a number 5 month in numerology, so it's about being at the crossroads. There's lots of changes coming up in October where we can be overthinking or finding a lot of inspirations coming through, and so because of that our mind will be much more expanded. Our thoughts can be a little bit scattered, so it's really important to keep dropping down from the mind into your heart so that your heart leads and gives you the guidance and wisdom that you're looking for, always focusing on what will support you in the greatest way. So October has got a bit going on. When I was meditating about this, there was a lot of fire in this month, a lot of volatility. So I've been guided to share that really supporting the nervous system for October is essential. Working on using magnesium, your vitamin Bs, nervous system support, withania, great women's herb, lavender, just even having bars was just going to help just to settle the nervous system down, because there's lots of input coming in, lots of ideas, but we want to be able to channel that so that it's focused in the right direction and not just getting a little bit ungrounded and unfocused. So that 2nd of October we have the full moon in Aries, so that's one of the fire signs, and if you're a fire element you'll be feeling that a bit more intensely. It does feel like there's a bit more anger in this month, and because of that we want to be able to harness the energy and, as I said, funnel it in the right direction. So we've got that fire energy on that full moon. So the one after that, the new moon on the 16th, is a Libra supermoon. So there's a lot of air, a lot of thinking happening, a lot of ideas. There's going to be much more expansion in the crown and the third eye with these intuitive downloads. So we want to ask for that to just be a bit more settled. So as you're receiving guidance, we want to focus on, is this for this month? Is this for the next 2 months maximum? Because sometimes we can get information that's way too far ahead in the future, and then it creates sabotage because we don't feel we're able to do that. We haven't got all the skills and talents available to reach those goals. So really focus on setting that intention that you will deliver that guidance. It will come in specifically for the next month to 2 months so that you're receiving the highest level support for you right now. And then we have, don't we love Mercury retrograde again for another 3 weeks? So that's on the 14th of October and it goes till the 3rd of November. It starts off in Libra, again another air element, so it's about that communication, how we're communicating with our loved ones, how we're finding balance with the way we express ourselves. But with this Mercury, it goes into Scorpio halfway through. So we're diving into the murky depths. We're uncovering things that have irritated us from the past. There'll be lots of memories surfacing about what happened, what we could have said, what should have been said. There might be some resentment. Again, this fiery stuff is coming up, and we don't want to keep leaking into the past and going over old territory that doesn't help us, because it just keeps us powerless. And when we're powerless, then we just feel like we're not aligned, we're not connected, we're not at our best. So when I think of this Scorpio moon, because I'm a Scorpio, I love going into the depths. I love uncovering what's holding me back. So that's going to help at an intuitive level to really dig deep to where things are holding you back, where the blocks are. So if you're using it in that perspective, it's fantastic. But at the same time, notice when some of these old memories from the past with relationships, so that you're not taking all of that drama with you as if it's happening right now, because we can get caught in that and our emotions can still be embedded in ourselves, and then we are still functioning from that victim perspective. So when I was guided with how do I support you to best navigate this month with Mars still being retrograde, so again the fire, the warrior, when it's out of balance will feel like it's sort of, attacking and defensive and just obstructive. And that's where we might sort of slip into a bit of that this month, and that's why I was guided to use the image of the phoenix, so that we can rise above that and transmute some of those old emotions. This is a great time to do a little simple fire ceremony safely using your fire, and just journal some of the old resentments and suffering that you're still hanging on to, and we want to really be shedding that, really burning that off, so that we're not carrying that into this next couple of months before Christmas. So that, because ultimately it harms us, it hurts us, we create inflammation in our body, then it leads to further conditions, debilitating illnesses in our body. And for me, it's always finding that sense of equilibrium, so moving out of that resentment, transmuting it with the image of the phoenix. And the way I do that is by channeling that through connecting to the divine in the earth, feeling the vibration of the phoenix, of the rebirth, of moving beyond an old emotion into something higher and lighter. Just imagining burning off my environment, where my home or my room, or my kids' rooms, energetically of course, which is purging the old and decluttering, and just making space and openness to allow a lot more healing light to come through. When the healing comes through, it gets into the cells, it brings more peace and acceptance to any situation. So that's what my overview for this month is. There'll be some irritations, and we're finding a way to support our nervous system, burn off the past, because we don't want to keep carrying that into the future. Another thing that was coming up with some of the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, we'll be able to really harness the connection to past lives, where we have been against authority, when life has been oppressive. So some of our medicine women lives where we have been harmed for our wisdom and knowledge, and often we can't step into our gifts fully when we're carrying that wound. And so this month is a fantastic opportunity that will be surfacing, that we can have an active process in releasing that, finding out where it's stored in our body. If you need support with that, I'm happy to help you with uncovering where it's at, where you're inheriting that from as well, how that might be impacting on your health and well-being. So I want to see this as an opportunity. Even though some old stuff is rising up, we want to really find a way of channeling it and processing it and unpacking it in a way that is really ultimately for our highest purpose. Because as we shed all of these layers, there's always more, then we can harness more of our gifts and our talents, which is what we're here for, to support ourselves and let our light and our inspiration help our family, help our clients, help nature and animals. So I hope that supported you. Share it if you'd love to help somebody else, and reach out if you need some extra assistance with this month. Big love.